One big thing is that SoCal does not have a dedicated, well, there's one dedicated main.
Kind of.
He switched partway through, which is Revolver. He is the SoCal dedicated Atrocitus main, but originally he was playing Captain Cold and he was playing Brainiac, so it's still only been a few weeks of Atrocitus for Revolver. I'm not sure how much experience a lot of SoCal has against it.
I mean, again, Revolver, he is a good player. I believe he made it out of pools as well at Combo Breaker.
He did.
So a very capable player, but I do know that he wasn't the biggest fan of actually playing Atrocitus, so and now I think he's messing with Adam.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but it's just not, it's not his style. It's not his flavor, he said.
Well, we're moving on to the next match here, which is also in winners, and that's going to be Emperor Flappy, a.k.a.
Flappy Sammy Hammy.
Wow, I was going to say that. I want to say his name.
Then go ahead, please.
Too late. You took it from me. And that's going to be against Nubcakes. Now, Nubcakes is a SoCal local. He's been playing Batman and Aquaman since Injustice 1. He's been playing a lot of top tiers overall in pretty much every game that he's
a terror. Let's just be honest.
It's a way to put it. That is a way to put it. Now, Flappy Sammy Hammy is a player from Arizona.
Much emphasis.
And he's a really, really good player. He has been a very good player in Mortal Kombat X for a very long time, but he was actually too young to enter the Mortal Kombat X Pro League. So he's a relatively young player. He plays a lot of characters right now. Supergirl is definitely his main. It's the person who's used the most overall. He has an, sorry, not an Aquaman. He has a Pocket Batman and a Pocket Cheetah.
Ooh, Cheetah's a character I actually really enjoy watching.
Yeah, and the way that this match so far has turned out is what Sammy wanted. Now, Sammy said that he thinks Nubcakes is a great player, but he thinks he might be able to handle his Batman. His big fear here is that Nubcakes brings out his Aquaman.
And that's true. That is a very scary Aquaman. Nubcakes has done a lot of work at weeklies against good players with his Aquaman. All right, here we go. Corner combo opportunity. Is he going to end in the restand or a knockdown? No, he actually goes for the mix-up.
Oh, and Nubcakes getting back in. He's going to get a lot of free chip here. Nice bait on that.
That was really good.
Normal. And this is really a battle of two people who have to manage their trait so they can control space from maybe half screen or further. Batman really uses those bats to get in well, and Supergirl uses her lasers to stop Batman from getting it. But of course, they both have limited resources as far as that goes, so they really need to manage.
And the real difference here is, as you're noticing, Supergirl's damage is just not on par with Batman's.
Definitely not. Batman does have some of the highest damage in the entire game, both meterless and with meter. Yeah. Especially once he gets in the corner, uses his trait, that damage can get pretty ridiculous.
Oh, nice down two, right in between the bats. Very risky, but it paid off. I really also just want to point out that Sammy Hammy's Supergirl outfit, I really like it.
It's clean. Ooh, risky grapple right there.
Not over yet. For it. Clash available for both players. Oh, what a block. That was amazing.
That was a cross-up forward three. That was extremely good blocking.
I would have got hit by that. That was so ambiguous.
All right, he's going to get some Oki from this. Interesting choice. Nice. Goes for the overhead. Uses the meter.
Flip out from Nubcakes now positioning himself. Sammy has corner advantage. Oh, but he gets caught by the jump and has to clash. 2 for 2. Does Nubcakes spend 2 here? I think maybe at least 1. No, he goes for both. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he just wanted him within that one hit, one string range.
Oh, wait a second, though. Clash still is available for Nubcakes.
And he does now have the meter advantage, so if he manages to clash anything. Oh, and this is going to be tough. Sammy's going to have to avoid a lot of chip, which is, yeah, that caught him right
the old
there.
Classic, the trait into EX battering.
Batman.
Yeah, it's pretty impossible to avoid chip against Batman from full screen. The only thing that he could have done was, I mean, he could have tried for the teleport. We haven't seen him use the teleport or the meter.
That's true, or maybe air dash backwards to try to avoid it.
Maybe. It's tough. It's really tough. There are a lot of options for Batman to control the screen. His upwards batarang, it just controls so much space. So even if he had gone into the air all, he could have thrown the up batarang. There was a lot of hard reads right there. Sammy unfortunately did not make the correct one, but it was still a close match. It looked like it was going a little bit in Nubcakes' favor, but
Sammy brought it back.
Yeah, he did bring it back. He's definitely shown that his Oki is strong. He's got a very strong Oki game, blending most of his mix-ups post-knockdown.
Oh, again, challenging with that down 2. That is really risky.
That is extremely risky. At that timing, so, okay, the trait bats have very low block stun, but they do have a little bit of block stun. If Nubcakes had done back 1, he had done the low, he had done any sort of mid, any sort of normal right there, it would have beat Flappy out of his down 2, but he jumped instead. He made him, he thought that he was going to have more respect than he did.
Yeah, and he did that twice. What's funny too is Nubcakes is actually a player that we noticed a lot. He disrespects a lot of other people on their plus frames, so it must feel weird now that the shoe's on the other foot.
Once upon a time in SoCal, the wake-up jump was called the Nubcakes. But Batman could actually do that. Little known fact, when he jumped, he actually reduced his hitbox, even if he like jumped on wake-up in Injustice 1, so there was stuff you could get away from that he couldn't. Or sorry, he could get away
Cheap
from other people.
Is the word I would use. Cheap.
He's Batman.
It's true. It is Batman.
And from such a life deficit, it was just like 2 combos while we were talking, and
right.
Nubcakes already has the life lead back.
And one thing I want to point out is Nubcakes is absolutely one of the best at controlling his trait and managing those mini batarangs.
Yeah, and that's a really important skill because there are a lot of situations where having 1, 2, or 3 different bats, it changes things completely. There are certain combos that you need just 1 bat for. If you have more than 1 bat, the combo doesn't work because it changes the weight. Or there are certain situations where you can get in or do a certain mix-up, but you only with a specific number of bats.
Yeah.
And a player like Nubcakes that has been playing Batman for so long knows that by heart.
But look at this. Sammy Hammy doing a fantastic job of not only keeping Nubcakes in the corner, but also forcing a clash.
I'm surprised that Nubcakes used all of his meter. He's not going to have meter for damage or for pressure after this. And even just having 1 bar for Batman is really good on pressure because if he uses the bar to get pressure, he actually builds meter back by doing the pressure.
Well, I think that's the bet he took, right? Batman is really good at building meter. So it's not a complete loss, and he actually has the life now to kind of eat a combo or 2, especially from Supergirl, who doesn't do a lot of damage. But once again, we see the challenge from Sammy Hammy, but he gets caught right there by the EX Batarang.
And that meter burn up Batarang just hits from so far away. It is like a true mid check from so far on the screen. That caught Sammy just standing.
Oh, went for the down 1 into the interactable. Stage bounce. Oh, this is tough.
Oh,
no meter.
Tough.
No meter for Batman here. 3 bars still. This is doable.
Oh, he couldn't meter
he gets it. No, he drops. Oh, that sucks. That just sucks. He had it. He had the opportunity right there. There was no clash left for Nubcakes, and he had landed the overhead teleport, which is incredibly unsafe, but he got the read. And then he drops the back 3 with 3 bars, or 2 bars left after that. He could have ended it.
Easily, easily. That's actually her highest damage starter. So that was Sammy's game, and it almost ended the exact same way that the first game ended. But Sammy this time, he made the right choice, didn't get the correct conversion off of it.
Ooh.
Everything.
Oh, well, that was Nubcakes. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, you can't switch. No, I think he just misclicked.
Are we going to see Cheetah?
Now, he says that Cheetah is his favorite character to play right now, but he just doesn't know if she's ready. And I honestly don't think it would be a bad choice to just stick with Supergirl.
Think it should change.
They've been so close.
Both games were incredibly close. Sammy Hammy, the first game, he was kind of out of options. The second game, he had the kill. Unfortunately, he dropped it. But he did very well in both situations when he was actually down on life, too. So.
And this is an extremely important match as far as points go. Now, Nubcakes is the 3rd place in points right now. Sammy is the 4th place in points. Now, you've got to be top 4. You want to
top
be that
4 is where it's at. Yeah.
Right, and so both of these players, they need to keep their top 4 spot, and they want to get more points than the other so that they can outplace them. So this is a really big match for both of them as far as points go.
Fortunately, though, for both players, this is winners. Yeah. So they can't. I mean, you can afford to lose, but you never want to lose early in a top 8 bracket because you only need 2 matches to get in the grand finals from the winner's side.
Nubcakes already looking strong to potentially start that route.
Okay, gets a teleport. I mean, there's, at that point, honestly, why not?
Yeah, yeah. When you have such a huge life deficit, especially in a game like this where your life deficit lasts throughout the entire game.
Just take the risk.
Sometimes you need to just really take risks and throw your opponent off of their game. Even if you get punished for some of them, as long as your opponent starts thinking differently, you have the chance to come back.
And a down 2 mispunish there from Nubcakes. But again, a mispunish from Sammy. That was a very awkward situation. And that's what we're talking about, or what you were talking about. The up battering is so good at controlling that vertical space.
It is, and you can get great conversions off of it, either for bar or if you have a trait bat out, which is pretty much all the time. All the time, Batman has one of those two things.
That's true.
And Sammy, I don't even know what he can do right here. He's got to do something crazy. He's getting hit by a lot of the zoning.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough. He's going to have to get into a lot of meter burn bats, and that alone is going to be a ton of chip. And of course, they're plus 25, so he's going to have to then deal with plus frames.
Trade.
Yeah, it's all very, very, very tough. He does have full bar, but I don't know exactly how he's going to use it. He could land maybe 4 good teleports. That would be really
that would be cool.
A lot. Though.
Batman in this game, I like to kind of. Oh, wait a second. Get back to that in a moment. He could take this life bar right here. The read. I was gonna say Batman is like it's like fighting a snowball, right? As soon as it starts rolling halfway downhill and you're caught behind it and you have that much of a life deficit, the snowball is only gonna get bigger.
I don't think I've ever been chased down a hill by a snowball, but I'm gonna go ahead and agree with your statement there.
But, I mean, you've seen it.
I don't watch cartoons. I don't have fun.
All right, whatever, man.
No, but Nubcakes, honestly, I think he was adapting a little bit more than Sammy overall. As time went on throughout this set, he ended up doing better and better. Sammy, he made some really good choices, especially when he made that choice that should have won him the game. But unfortunately, he didn't manage to pull that out. I like that he stuck with his guns, stuck with Supergirl, but it wasn't quite able to do it, and it looks like he's going to move down to losers as Nubcakes is going to move on to fight Rewind.